say nationalism, the first thing people think about, at least in America, is Hitler. You know, he was a National Socialist, but if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine.
You hear that? I also want to talk about the nationalism part because she's way off base on that as well. If Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. So Hitler making Germany great and having things run well while screwing over the Jews is okay? Yes, the other Jews across Europe will be okay, except German Jews. That's how some Jewish people see it. Now, clearly Candace is not that horrible or vindictive. She clearly misspoke, but this is what gets on my nerves about Candace. She's smart, but she is also not that smart. She plays the clip over and over again and can't see why some Jewish people would have a problem with what she said. It's bizarre. I mean, how could you be that naive? Most of us will realize that, yes, okay, wait, she must have misspoke. She doesn't realize what she said. She's stuck on semantics. She didn't literally say Hitler was okay, but when she said, if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. That is a problematic statement, but she's still clueless.
So again, we're trying there to define nationalism. Does your statement, she publicly said that Hitler was okay, is that an honest statement?
Yeah, so let's talk about this for a moment. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You were asked a question about nationalism.
Mm-hmm.
You responded with an example of Adolf Hitler.
Yes, I said because Americans associate, the reason why they think it's a dirty word is because of Adolf Hitler.
You hear that? Trying to understand why Americans think that nationalism is a bad word. Is this another case of her misspeaking? I'm just so baffled. Now, let's talk about nationalism. For the record, Candace does believe in nationalism, but she believes that most Americans think it's a toxic word, which is not the case. What is the simple definition of nationalism? Loyalty and devotion to a nation, to the U.S. Most U.S. citizens are nationalistic. Candace, we have an opportunity to make our country better. Why would we be more focused on other countries' problems when we have our own? Fix our problems and then we can help others. Most Americans agree on this. You ever hear of the expression, Candace, you have to love yourself before you can love someone else? The opposite of nationalism is internationalism, or you could say globalism. The ruling elite are against nationalism. Now, she understands that, but Candace thinks that the majority of Americans are the ruling elite. That's what gets on my nerves. That's why I say she's smart, but she's also not that smart. She is so absurd sometimes, it gets on my nerves. Trying to understand why Americans think that nationalism is a bad word. Candace says some dumb things sometimes. Now, she presents herself as being knowledgeable and witty, but she makes mistakes and you should check her when she does. Illuminati philosopher, and those are my thoughts.
In the context of trying to understand why Americans think that nationalism is a bad word, it was appropriate for me to bring off Adolf Hitler. It is totally appropriate in any capacity when you are talking about history and historical sentiments to bring up any relevant character that has created those sentiments.
The problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany. He wanted to globalize. He wanted everybody to be German, everybody to be speaking German, everybody to look a different way. That's not, to me, that's not nationalism.